Carlton into the paint. Shepard lays it in. Lynx is back to 11 for Indiana. Carlton. Only 8 teams have ever done that. 7 of them went on to win the title. As Boston gets free and lays it in.
Last possession, 3 players scrunched up and
an Indiana team that is series against Minnesota. And Howard. Boston comes up with a steal. Here is Mitchell veering through the paint and lays it in. Boston in the paint, sneaks through 2 and lays it in. Here comes Sims. Pedaling into the paint, leaning and hitting. Indiana and Minnesota wants a timeout. Caitlin Clark knows it. And it's really been that way from day one, and it's been continued with whoever has come in mid-season this year. They'd be the first franchise to 5 WNBA titles.
it was just kind of a different presence in terms of her physicality and size. She's also capable from 3.
Williams, number 1 in the league in mid-range when something is going to be on the line for so many of those teams. Boston can't finish. Howard can. Or not.
Yes.
Heidemann off. Sims accelerates, floats, and drops.
Sims brings when she's playing her back rim. She can also use it in spray to open teammates.
Heidemann able to sneak it in, plus the foul. And a chance for 3 for Natisha Heidemann.
How well has Natisha Heidemann?
3 off the bench, which ties the league record. We were asking her, Courtney Williams, about their live stream stud buds and how things have been going. Powers playing in her 8th game with the Fever in their ever-expanding roster because of their injuries. Williams went for the steal. Powers sticks the jumper from 3. Backdoor, Heidemann lays it in on the delivery from McBride. Howard, good position on the interior. Draws 2, kicks it out. Powers, you bet! Powers. Here's Boston off the steal. Coast to coast. And it's 4 run. Here's Powers weaving and dropping it home. Odyssey Sims now in transition. Bends off and gets fouled. And Odyssey Sims is the energy, the life, the toughness that she brings as we check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, Erin, that role they envisioned for her very well.
Yeah, no doubt. And Holly, one of the things that Steph talked about was
for knowing exactly when to deliver it.
This is a player who didn't play point guard at all until a couple of years ago. As Gun Teams has developed into... Here's Petty, a deep 3. It is good for 4 from 3-point range.
They're really good is the way they can share the ball and move in open space.
Sims bodies into a whistle and will shoot 2.
How about Shea Petty? She's on one.
In the bubble, she was a playoff hero.
Yeah.
They're just the 4th team ever. No, those aren't.
That coach is watching.
First miss from 3 tonight for Indiana, but then Carlton gives it right back, and Howard cashes in.
Time to let it die.
I was about to guess Courtney Williams as my second. I knew AB, and now you think of 2 assists for Williams. Lexi Hull back out there with 2 fouls. Shepard again wide.
Setting up a play to get Shepard a touch inside. She was able to finish on it.
Mitchell connects on a 3.
Hard all the time.
Backdoor, McBride lays it in. Off to Sims. Sims leaning jumper is good. Here's Mitchell trying to find an angle and does. Women's basketball, 13 days. That series gets a little bit more intriguing because of the way.
3rd game of a 3-game road trip. But they certainly
to Atlanta.
I think any team that has the ability to shoot 3s at the clip that Indiana does can be dangerous. Especially even just in ball up the floor. Usually 4 or 5 who are adept at making shots from deep. I mean, you saw a big there creating her own look as well from Natasha Howard.
Yeah, Young spins Somebody call Sue Blau. Coming up on the WNBA halftime. And the Fever. 6 seconds left in the half. Here comes Williams blazing to the bucket. And 58% from the floor. They put up 49 points and lead by
detail. We let him get loose on the defensive end of the floor. We got to make sure right there, getting to the rim. That's too easy.
That will be her second personal. How about Minnesota in that first half?
Oh.
Here's Shepard. Spinning, taking, and hitting. Able to rise up. Gives it off. In the corner, Williams can't hit the three. Smith alone. Williams dishes out. Smith wide open. Connects. The first three of the night for Minnesota has been 0 for 30. Boston gets down by Williams. And will go to the line to shoot two, but a 9-0 run to begin.
That Cheryl Reeve wants.
Boston hits the free throw.
One of the things that we were talking to Steph White about before the game is, what are you looking for tonight? And she said, I'm looking for 40 bleeping minutes of good, solid basketball. Execution, effort.
The Powers made a big impact off the bench in the first half. Here's Mitchell, open three. It's good. Indiana 6. Turner finds the cutter. Sims using the window on a really nice pass. Hey, Hull steps inside and puts it in. Really. Alana Smith with 11. Here's Hull. Another.
Kelsey Mitchell.
It's just so fast, Rebecca, that she's able to work through and around things that maybe no. Draws two. Extra feed. Mitchell.
And it was a little thing, but Bree Turner set a screen as
not all playoff ready. Kolundikova lays it in. 8 points in 7 minutes for Kolundikova. Able to flag down the board. Mitchell again. Kelsey Mitchell around for a while to do 3, 4, 5 different things throughout the course of the season. Mitchell gives it up. Turner lays it in. Timeout, Minnesota. Play Atlanta, Minnesota with a 72% chance. 10. The WNBA playoffs begin on Sunday with a quadruple header, all on ESPN and ABC. A little hop. She took it inside the arc. Boston able to finish. They're going to claim that 5th championship. Stunts buries the 3. 2 players for the season. Hadn't missed a game at Iowa. Didn't miss any games last year. This season, she talked to the calendar dwindled to where it was no longer going to be safe to bring her back, and it was then the prudent time to make that announcement. Now, people have wanted Bruce, and so the ankle still recovering, keeping it at full speed, and the groin was never fully. And so Caitlin was just. Here's Boston laying it in. Jackknife jumper wouldn't go, but Nate Carrington still out with a shoulder, not playing tonight. Become a key piece off the bench for Minnesota since being acquired. Lisa Collier, getting some rest tonight. We'll step aside. Steal here from Heidemann. On the break, Heidemann will lay it in. Indiana, they loses its final 2 games. Indiana would finish 6th. Howard gets fouled.
Stay ready. She believed that her opportunity was coming. And she said, you know, sometimes it's exhausting in this league. I feel like I have to keep proving myself over and to come along, that God has a plan in store for me. What's next? Stay ready. She vows to change that narrative about how she adds energy to a locker room, and she said, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and Holly.
Yeah,
this season.
I think you might. That shit was easy. It was the unanimous year.
Yeah.
It is.
Chunk of games. Meanwhile, Angel Wilson has been putting up other. Kayla Timpson heading to the scorers table. Crowd wanted her in the. And Timpson finds Heidemann. Leaves it to Posu, who will lay it in. To your point about New York, Rebecca, and just looking at the first round, obviously they've struggled. They've been bold. Just a game or two enough to make them feel confident then going into.
Alyssa Thomas now is having this incredible year with Phoenix. She's still without a championship.
Lost in 4 a couple of years ago to Vegas. The Aces run their first back-to-back title. Almost able to run out the clock there. Kelsey Mitchell. A very strong finishing performance. And the Fever, their seed of the year. They take care of Minnesota 83-72 and finish this regular season at 24-20. No worse than the 7th seed.